whole training is going to be, we're going to first teach a little bit, but then we're going to work through how this all works. And how to close calls, essentially. You know, we get a really high percentage of people coming in, and if you know, there's obviously going to always be like a money situation of sometimes they don't have the money, and that's going to come up, so that's going to drop you down from 100%, right? But like if you could have every person that has the money to give you the money, then that's essentially a thing. And then if they're enrolled and so excited in your program that they'll find the money, they'll go out and do things. They'll make it be cause and a matter of getting into your program. That's what we want to create. And so
today we're going to do a skill session and practice this a little bit. So we know that you guys are starting to get on calls, starting to have conversations. I know the new people in here, you'll definitely get value from this because you will get here, right? Yep. And so we can practice even beforehand, then you have that one up from everybody else, right? So would you guys be interested in practicing and getting really good at closing sales and being on phone conversations?
Absolutely.
I love you, Kate. Cool.
So one of the big things we'll say is this call that we're going to teach you is essentially for people that are warm or hot.
Sorry.
Yeah. So warm or hot, and your program is probably less than 5K. Right? So for the super high ticket things, we recommend a 2-call close where you're screening people and then you are essentially getting people on a second call that's much longer. But this is good for people that are warm or hot, especially, and that
you qualified them with the questions before you got on the call with them.
Yep.
You've used your questions. They know something about you. They've gone through your stuff. Mm-hmm. They're watching your content.
Yeah.
This is going to be ideal.
Exactly. So this is how you just knock it over, because it's a 30-minute call, taking them from like just kind of, you know, just getting on the call. They've been qualified. They understand that this is a call about essentially getting started with your program. They understand it's not like you sold, hey, free breakthrough session. Come show up to this call and you're going to get a bunch of it. They know that it's to see if it's a good fit, if you're a good fit to help them. So that's the qualifications need to be what's up. All right, so this is good. I have a very promising call tomorrow at 1. Awesome.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. Awesome. So
do you want to share your screen and let's go over, this is all in the membership site. And we'll go through it. Chad's working and I'm talking. There we go.
Yep, there you
go. I know you may need to refresh since I saved it. Don't oversave it. So this is literally, it is in the closing clients section of the membership. So it's down a little bit. I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys have gotten through here, some of you don't. If you haven't, again, that's cool because you will.
While that loads, there's a Jeff. Could you speak yet?
Yes, I should be able
to.
You're a little low on the volume, and we can hear you. Somebody said something in the chat. Could you let us know what that said?
Leslie asked if this was updated.
Yes.
Yes.
We just did a few tweaks that, you know, sometimes just the littlest tweaks can make the biggest difference. So we're like, it'll probably be better.
So we're going to train a little bit, and then we're going to do some back and forth with some people, like you're going through the process, and then we'll kind of we'll work together and get this rocked out. So Jeff, feel free to just read any comments that are going on. Okay, so first things first.
It says, I copied this and pasted it into my client's file, fill it in as we speak. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what, good old Trello, guys. So, yes, you could literally copy this entire thing and put it into a Trello board and have it. I have, you know, now we don't really need to look at the script. It's just there. But when I'm saying in the calls, and I know you guys have all been on calls with us, if you see me looking over here, it's because I'm taking notes, and then I do a little joke, like I'm not on Facebook or playing video games, but really like the script is right there, and I'm able to answer and write notes on everybody. So there's my secret. And I
And
switched
now
up
it does
to
it.
humor because
And
that
now it does it automatically. We use Butler, and it actually fills in when you
yeah.
make it.
We'll keep it simple for now though. But I
Yeah.
literally just copy and paste every person.
Yeah, that works. So you don't want to get into like a long conversation here. This is just a quick, like, hey, how are you? Like, start. But this isn't part of the conversation. This is just like you want a little bit of familiarity, a little bit of rapport building, but it's not mostly questions to see if they're a good fit. So one of the things is you're going to get them to say yes a bunch of times.
Actually, I want to step back a little bit. This is really important. So, the hey, how are you? That's great. From the very beginning, like set the expectation up first things first on the call. We only have 30 minutes for this call because we have another call right after this. So we need to keep the time. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Right. So that way it's like, it's set. It's not going over any longer than 30 minutes.
And it shows that you're busy and you have a lot of calls and that there's a lot of people looking at what you got.
And then to the yes thing. So ultimately we're asking a bunch of questions for them to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
So is that cool? Yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
So our job today is really simple. I'm going to ask you some questions and see if we can even help. So it's like setting the expectation of what the call is going to be. So you set the expectations up from the very beginning, things roll whole lot smoother for everybody.
Yep. Yeah. And so, if we can't, I can't, I'll let you know politely. You can say politely or not. I'll let you know if we can help or if we can't. If we can't, I will point you in a direction, or I'll do my best to point you in a direction that can help you. Because, and really this is helpful if you can find things, if you're running into people that you can't help, if they have like problems that you're not a specialist in, or they're like mental ill, there's stuff that you just don't want to handle. You want to find people that do that stuff. Because one thing, you can send them people, but then if they find things that you're a specialist in, they can send you people. So you can have that go back and forth. We have somebody that she works with coaches to help them create a deeper impact with their clients. And so we'll send her people if they're not a good fit for our program yet. Like if they're not making a difference yet, they haven't been working with clients, they haven't got any results, so on and so forth, then we won't take them on. Cool?
So we're always asking them, like, if we can't help, we'll point you somewhere else. If we can, we can talk about what that looks like. Is that cool? Getting them to say yes.
You're getting a response. You're not saying this for your health and then moving through it. You're saying it and getting a response.
And you don't want to sound like a droid that you're like reading off a script, right? Because then everybody knows that.
Yes. So briefly tell me about your life, what ideally look like without, so you've qualified them, and this is like you already took them through the qualifying questions, so you know what their the problem that they have. It's something that you solve, right? Or they wouldn't be on that call. So you don't, if their problems aren't something that you can help with, then you shouldn't even be, not to shit on everybody, you shouldn't be booking the call, right? And so so then you're going to, ideal situation, if you have that present in front of you, like it would ideally look like without, like what would your life look like without the problem that they have? People don't hire, it's the cutting edge. Only the top percentage of people hire coaches that that make you better or whatever. They improve things. And most people they're trying to solve some sort of problem. So you have to distinguish what the problem is, or like what's the thing that you're essentially there to help with. Right? What would your life look like? And get them to, if they only say, well, it'd be great. well, what's great look like? Like, what is, give me the picture of what your life would look like if you didn't have this problem, and draw it out of them. Like, keep on asking the question. And if they didn't give you a sufficed answer, I would cut them off right there. I'd be like, okay, cool. It sounds like you don't really have a problem. You know, call me back when you feel like you're ready to get help with this. Does everybody feel good? Like, does that feel like good for everybody? Everybody get it?
So we really wanted to paint the vision of what it would be like.
Yeah. What's the vision? Like, what's that brilliant life that they would have? They didn't have the anxiety, or they didn't feel like that they were getting overwhelmed with whatever, or
They could go out and sell their real estate and actually be successful there.
Yep.
Real estate, real estate.
Yeah, there you go.
That whatever that would look like really paint that picture. And then let them answer. And then here's something that's really important. And I can almost guarantee that all of you guys on here in this program, because we do this part, and that's recreate the answer that they just gave you. There is one thing that people want. It's to know that they're heard and understood, right? And so when they give you an answer, recreate it. So got it. So what I'm here, and that means this. So what I'm hearing from you is that if anxiety, we're going to use that one, like if anxiety wasn't an issue for you, then you'd be able to leave your house, go have an amazing job, maybe go on a few dates, or whatever it is that they said. Like, you don't have to do word for word exactly what they said, but so you get the general picture that they feel like you really heard what they just said. It makes the biggest difference. This will be the thing that takes you from like a 30% close rate to like a 50 and beyond close rate, is recreating what they're saying.
Just confirming it was recording.
Got it.
Sometimes there's that. Does everybody get that? I'm getting people in the chat. Jeff, could you just tell me what people are saying in the chat so we can, because it's not letting me pull it up.
When you share your screen, we can't see it.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just me yakking as always.
Okay, cool.
Okay. If somebody has a question. Sorry.
Facebook groups are awesome for that, I bet. I have been wandering around a lot of groups. It's okay to send them away. It feels better to me now.
Cool.
Good. Yeah, it's good.
So then after they answer like that visual, like get into the feeling of it. Like, how would it really feel for you if this happened? Right. And they're like, freedom. Like, I would be so grateful. Whatever that comes up for them.
Get really good at holding them and getting the answer, right? Hold them to go back to it. Keep on going back to it. If they didn't give you an answer that isn't that like you don't suffice as good,
How would it feel for? Oh, it'd be good.
Yeah.
It'd be all right.
like, well, really, like, I mean, you said you have this like terrible, you're like, you can't sleep, you're da-da-da, whatever, it's affecting your sex life. I don't know, whatever. Like, there's, like, how would it feel if you really, like, that, didn't happen anymore?
And then again, recreate the answer. Like, every answer, after every question, and you get an answer from them, you're going to recreate what it is that they said, so they really feel heard, that like you really got them.
Yep. So, yeah, and Jeff, just keep on letting us know when they're saying.
Leslie just said, love that. Hold them to their vision and get them into feeling the experience of achieving that goal.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. So now you're wanting to get into the what's in the way. So what's the thing that's holding you back from really doing that? And what you want to do is get them, you want to get them in this feel of like they couldn't do it themselves, because they're saying it, right? They're like, well, it's this and this, and like, I can't really, I don't have time to, they're saying meditate, but I don't feel like I have time for whatever.
I don't know how. I don't know what I don't know. There's all sorts of answers.
I keep on wanting to take action at these things, but I just don't. You want them to feel like they're at the end of their rope.
And not only that, but they're expressing that to you. You're not telling them that.
Yes.
Because this is a whole they're selling you kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So, so this is a really good one. It's what is it costing you in your life to let that happen, keep on happening? So, what is the anxiety like that's like allowing you not to allowing you to sleep? What is like not going after your dream of being, you know, a male stripper? You know, like what is that costing you, right? What is it keeping you? What's like what really? Because like what could that be worth if you were able to get rid of these things? And again, if the cost isn't big enough for them to invest in your program, they don't see that cost, then they're not gonna spend the money.
Yeah. People spend money on programs to get a return on their investment in some way. Okay, so even if you're, you know, we're doing transformational work, that's still a return. They still see a return on that because it's going to affect every area of their life. So you have to have them like really paint that picture of what the cost of them not, you know, if they keep living the way that they're living, what's that going to cost them?
Yep. Jeff, feel free to just keep on. Keep
That
going.
hurts, breaks my heart. I want to give in to them, have to stay strong. Would they say it affects everything? My joy, happiness, my life.
Good. What does that costing you? What is costing you not to have joy?
Well, I'm going to jump in because this is where I get caught up because I'm a bleeding heart and this is a new business model for me. I want to be like, oh, okay, well, I can give you a discount rate and I'll make your life better. So I have to like do that chat thing, right? All that stuff. Like, that video makes me laugh so hard. And Holly's just standing by so calm watching. Like bringing the universe into his body.
I don't need it. Like he does it for me. I'm like, gosh, that's so much work. I'll just take the action.
So it like looks good on paper, but like in the moment, I'm like, my heart is like bleeding for them because I know this work will transform them, and I have to like put my scarcity mindset aside and like stay strong to the script.
If you really believe that it will help them, then you can't fix their problem now.
It can actually hurt them worse when you fix the problem now. It's like let's say they have it looks like it's a scraped knee, but when you really look at it, the bone's like popping out and it's all sorts of infected, and you're like, oh, but just put this Band-Aid on it right now. It's okay, right? That's actually going to do more damage to them, and they're not actually getting the work that they need done.
Yeah, and they're not. It's what is it now? Is if they're not paying for the whole amount, they're not going to pay. People that pay attention.
Ooh.
Right. So that's
and nowhere in
paying
they
attention.
can't afford this.
yeah. And why are you giving a discount to people that?
That's my problem set. We know this, right? Like this is my problem. I figured this out. I have this thing. So I'm working hard on this, man. It's so hard for me. So
Well, if you don't like money, we like money. We'll have it all. So
Hey, Katie, just think of it this way. If someone goes to the grocery store and like there's just something they really do need, like in order to eat, they have to go and buy food, right?
Yeah.
So if they don't go and take money with them to buy food, they're not going to walk out of the store with anything. So you have to look at it, I guess, that way, like pare it down even to something as basic as that.
yeah, I mean, I get all of that. I think it's something in me that I'm working on really hard right now. There's just something in me that stops it. And I think it has something to do with my business and that I have scholarship programs for some clients and stuff like that. This is just a different business model. So I've been in that model for 5 years and now I'm actually, it's really good for me. It's really good because I'm really uncomfortable and annoyed at the whole process. It's so good for me and I'm just trying to turn it. So this is just good. And the script is a lifesaver because when I want to get a little soft, I'm like, stay in the script, stay in the script. So
yeah, good.
there's value in it. So thank you.
So your next question, after they are bleeding out, telling you like what it's costing, and your heart is like, I just want to help you. This is when you go, do you want help with this? And then they'll let you know, yes or no. Right? It's really going to qualify that, yes, I do. And then recreate that.
Yeah.
And then you say, I got it. Like, And especially if someone's like really pouring out to you. We've had tears on our calls before. Like, I got it. Like, I really understand like what it is you're going through. So I'm curious, why me, and why is now the time for that? And then let them answer you there. It's really powerful when they can tell you why you're
And
the person.
if they don't give you a why you or a why now, even more important, then you need to go back and force that conversation. Like keep on going, holding them to it. Hey, and they're going to go blah, 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 all the problems, blah, 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 all the problems, blah, 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 blah. And okay, cool. So why me? Why do you believe that I'm the solution for this? And why is now the time that you are ready to get help for this? And then you go blah, 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 all the.
And it's not an ego trip to be like, I just want to hear about how great I am, right? That's not why we ask this. We ask this because for them, they are literally subconsciously selling themselves on you by answering this question.
Yeah. And then you're going to go blah, 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 all the problems. And then, yeah, you can go back and forth a couple times. So, Jeff, go.
So Sue says, ask, listen, shut up, ask, listen, shut up, recreate.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Leslie says, you got this, Katie. Sue says, why me is powerful. Leslie says, the why me and why now question feels unusual for me to ask, but I will do it. And Katie says, good, Leslie.
Yes.
Thank you, Leslie.
Good.
And thank you for getting out of your own comfort zone, because it's these little questions that make a big difference. Because ultimately, we're not selling our programs. Our programs sell themselves, and they sell us on why they should be in our program.
So this right here doesn't. So cool. So it sounds like your biggest. So we're going to challenges, and then we're going to go into what's stopping them.
So it's not, well, actually, it would actually be, so it sounds like you want to do this.
Yeah.
And your biggest challenges are this. I wouldn't get rid of that.
Okay. So.
Here we go. So as we're going through it, we're like, wait a minute. So at the end of everything, at the end of it, you're going to recreate the entire conversation. So it sounds like ultimately what you're looking to do is to have more fulfillment in your life, sell more real estate, live like a stress, like be able to handle your stress without getting triggered on your family. But some of your biggest challenges are, and then you'll hear the things as they're telling you. And what's been stopping you, because you asked them, what's in the way of having that? That's where your answer is. So what's been stopping you is yourself and your confidence level of or the know-how, whatever that is. Is that right? Like, so you're going to recreate the whole conversation all in one.
So you want to get their vision of where they want to go. Hey, so what you're really out for is to live a stress-free, like how I said, stress-free life, make all this money, and be able to run naked marathons. And the biggest challenges is the like the draft. And blah, 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 these three things. The challenges are
just go. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so it sounds like the biggest challenges is you're really struggling with this, and this, and what's really stopping you from handling this stuff on your own, essentially what you're saying, is this. Is that right? And you're getting them to confirm that you're correct.
Okay, Jedi says, I love how that flips the mentality, getting them to sell themselves on you. And Katie says, I try to fill that in as they talk. Sue says, all this is my believing in me, constantly having to reset my mind when scarcity kicks in. I am going to remember to do net before a call.
It's good.
It's good.
Katie says, ditto Sue, we should practice with each other in Zoom.
That's a great idea.
Yep, I love that. That'd be super cool. So after they say, right, yep, yeah, wow, you got it. If you really get, because this is a muscle, right? Listening, active listening like this is a muscle. I'll tell you guys that now. And it really, when you first get started, it's kind of interesting that we think we listen, but when we really have to recreate people, we listen on a whole new level.
Yeah. You just got to really focus on being present with them and actually listening what they're saying and not like filling in blanks and all that stuff as they go, judging and all that stuff. It's really an exercise of just being present with them.
So then you say, got it. So I told you at the beginning of the call that I'd let you know if I can help you or not. If you don't think that it's going to be a good fit, then you'd be like, I honestly don't think I'm the person to help you. I think if you went over, I have a friend here that does this, that may be a better match. Let me connect you guys. Let them off that way, right? But if you do feel like, you know, after listening to you today, I believe that I really could help you. Like, this is exactly what I do every day. So I want to give you an opportunity to ask you some questions. You can even do like, I feel like I've been asking you all the questions. So I want to give an opportunity for you to ask some questions too. Where do you feel like we should go from here? It's a magic question. This is what we needed to edit because this is a magic question.
So listen to that. It's like you're giving them an open to ask questions, but then you're directing what question for them to ask. Does everybody get that?
After listening to you today, I believe it can help you. This is exactly every day.
So I could tell you, I jumped in on the end of a call with Chan Holly yesterday or the day before because we had a call right after and heard this live. And it was, and the person was just like, yeah, let's, you know, I had to run it past my wife. You know, and it was beautiful, just the way that it flowed right into the next conversation.
Yeah.
And we have a call with them tonight too.
And so if they don't give you a, well, tell me about your program, or they don't give you a, tell me, you know, how do I pay for this? Or how do I get started? They're going to ask you some questions.
Where can we go from here?
Yeah. What's the options?
What's the options?
Right.
That's the questions you'll get back.
Yeah, those are the questions you want. And if they don't ask something like that, what you're going to do is you're going to attempt to answer the question. Actually, why don't somebody do this with Jedi? Are you unmuted?
Now I'm unmuted.
Ask me a question that doesn't move the conversation forward about the program.
What type of software and things are you using throughout your course?
Yeah. So we use a few. We got ClickFunnels, Active Campaigns, Calendly, but we don't really recommend any of that stuff. The only Calendly, basically the only software you need to get started is Zoom and get Calendly. So where would you like to go from here? Actually, you know what? Let me restate that. Go back to the beginning. So what you're really out for, Jedi, is to get to 250K in 20 hours a week and being able to make a huge impact with your clients. Is that right?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
And what's holding you back is, having the systems, having your foundations, your messaging, so you land, the messaging lands and attracts your perfect clients. Is that correct?
Yes, getting messaging is key.
So where would you like to go from here?
How do we get started?
There you go. So what you're going to do is, if they don't answer you or ask a question to move it forward, you're going to answer the question like quick, decisive, and then you're going to recap what they're out to do, what their challenges are, and then what's in the way, and then you're going to say, where would you like to go from here? Again, you're just going to keep on, and then they're going to say, they could say, well, you know, do you guys serve falafel at your trainings? And I'm going to go, no, we don't.
You're more than welcome to bring food. We always like to eat together. However, let me just got this straight though. You're looking to make 250K. You're looking to do this and this and go through it again.
Yeah. Can I get falafel? I mean, I'm part of the team.
And where would you like to go from here? So it's but you're gonna get them to the point where they're like, okay, well, how do I get started? Or like, how much is it? Or whatever. And so if they ask you, first you're gonna do is you're gonna break down the program. So you're gonna okay. So this is what we do. We and really in like a three, like like think of your modules in your course or in your program. So a lot of you guys have it. Some of the new people don't have your modules, but so you're going to run them through your modules. Hey, first things first is we're going to help you get super present to blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to do this, this, and this. And like so you can, and then if you can bring it back to like solving their problems, like, so if you can bring it back to the thing they're out to do. So you can have this life. Right? So
you can handle your stress.
So you can handle, yeah. So
close more deals.
We're going
so you can live in fulfillment.
Yep.
So you can, all that stuff.
Exactly. And so, and then you go, when you get done with all of that, like the things, so that should be like maybe like 30 seconds of running through it all. Then you're going to say, where would you like to go from here? And they're going to go, well,
or you say sound good.
Or sound good. Sound good. It's a good one too. And they're going to go, yeah, that does sound good. I'm like, okay, where would you like to go from here? And they're going to go, well, how much is it? I'm like, okay, it's $1,500 or it's $2,000 or it's $10,000, whatever your program is. Sound good? You're going to tell them the amount of money it is, and then you're going to say, sound good, and then you're going to shut up.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly.
The first person that talks loses.
Or wins.
Or wins, yeah. The first person that talks gets the money. Or doesn't get the money. Yeah. You guys get the idea.
So if they say, yeah, that actually does sound good. So we did a few things here that I want to just point out. We never went to go sell our program. Right? Never in this conversation. They asked us what the program, they're asking you what the program is. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's like they've given you permission to talk about your program. And at that point, like that barrier, because sales calls, we go, like, there's this wall that goes up, right? You can get defensive, typical sales calls. When you create a conversation like this, and then you ask, where should we go here? It comes up very naturally. It feels good on both ends. They've asked permission, or they've asked you what your program is. Then you're telling them, and you're not even telling them the price yet. Then they're asking you, okay, well, how much is it? Like, how much is this? Right, so you're never anywhere in here are you pushing anything. Mm-hmm. We don't push, we flow. If it's yes, awesome. Well, why don't you go grab your card? I'll get you the link for you to get started, and you can use PayPal or whatever, and you don't need like a fancy, it doesn't have to be fancy.
Yeah, what you really want to do, you definitely want to get it taken care of on that call.
Wherever possible.
Don't wait for them to get off that call. Like if they need to think about it, then you schedule another call to follow up. Need to think about it? Okay, great. How much time do you think you need? We get started on blah, blah, blah date, and we want to the first 5 people get so-and-so bonus. And if you're not there, then, you're going to miss out. It's cool, but you just want to let you know. Or the price is going up. First 5 people are $1,000, and it's going up to $2,000. If you don't get in, then you might miss out.
And if they say no, right? If objections come up, because objections could come up here, like I gotta go talk to my wife. I don't know if I want to invest in this. Like whatever comes up, where do you know? Then you want to take note of that objection, right? If you can handle it over the phone, awesome. And if not, this is a great time for you to go create some content in your group that if they see it, like, so literally get off the call and go make a video, like right there. We've done this before, and it's that time where I'm like turn into this white. So if they So if they have this objection, then go make a call, like go make a video right there. And then you can even talk to them afterwards, like, hey, I know that, you know, you were concerned about this. Give me a great idea for a video. Wanted to make sure that you went, like, make sure that you saw it, you know, and let them go watch the video.
Yep. And don't call them by name or call them any swear words in the video, ideally.
Yeah, I wouldn't even mention
Okay.
it.
I'm glad
Because you
Sue
can then-
got it.
Well, what happens as you use these no's for content ideas and overcoming objections, when that objection comes up next time in a call, you can say, you know what, I totally get it. I actually did a whole video about this in my group. Why don't you go check it out? And then we can talk after that. Right, so you start collecting these videos that is overcoming all of these objections. So then your objections are getting covered on a more leveraged, ideally, before they ever even get on a call.
So Sue says, I actually told my client that signed up at the beginning that I would be taking notes to better serve them and might be looking at notes as I went. And Leslie said that that's where she thinks that need a little bit of guidance, creating a video overcoming objections.
So what has been an objection that you've gotten?
So I think time management, I'm able to come up with an overcoming objection video on that, but I think it's more around money. And that's, that I think is a very delicate topic. So how do you?
Yeah, so I'll tell you right now, again, people invest when they see the return, right? So if they're saying that money is a thing, then they're not seeing like the full return.
Yeah.
So do a video on how can overcoming, like handling stress, like what's the return on that? How can handling stress make you more money?
Okay.
Or-
Or actually even maybe even being happy at your work, because you could be stressed at work too.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of your women, they're big corporate, right? But when they can handle their stress, their performance is going to go up in their work. Then that opens, what does that open up for them?
Or like they get promoted, all kinds of fun things.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, when you
Okay.
don't freak out and yell at the boss, you get promoted. So
Yeah. Kind of how it worked for me.
Respect too. That's another big one.
Yep.
Just realized. Okay, thanks. That was the one. That's the money one. Is that I couldn't quite think of what to come up with.
Yeah. Peace in your family, better relationships with your husband and your children.
that's a
Or
great
your partner
question.
and your children.
That's a great question for your group and other groups. How can you monetize, like, where do you think, like, or how much is it worth to be like stress-free, or like some sort of question like that? Like, what's the value? Where do you see the value in being able to handle blah, blah, and whatever your solution is? Like, get people to put how much is a monetary value? How much do you value, being able to do blah, 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 and like one of your results from your program? And then those are potential leads too. So. All right, so let's role play a little bit. Who wants to role play with us?
And my big lesson this program so far was getting my value, and now I have freedom in asking for the money.
Awesome.
I love it.
Good job, Sue. Who wants to go? Who wants to role play?
We can screen share so you guys can go through it.
Fine. I will. I should. I don't want to. I'm just thinking I don't want to, but fine.
All right,
I know you
so
have a call tomorrow, so.
do you have?
Oh, I have a call tomorrow.
Okay, so let's bring up the script so you have it, and we'll be your prospect.
Are you my client?
Potential client. We haven't signed on yet.
I'm all for assuming the sale, but you haven't even said hi yet.
Hi, thanks for jumping on a call with me. It's so great to have you here.
Yeah, like
Awesome.
for sure.
So we only have 30 minutes because I have to get on another call right after this. So we need to keep to that time. Is that cool?
Sure.
Yep,
Yeah.
that works.
Awesome. Awesome. So our job today is really simple and really fun. I'm going to ask you some questions and see if I can help you. If I can't, I'll let you know
Nope.
politely. Oh, sorry, I didn't pause.
No, you didn't. You didn't say even help you. You said to see if I.
Okay, let's try again. So our job today is really simple. I'm going to ask you some questions and see if I can even help you. If I can't, I'll let you know politely and try to point you in the right direction. If I can, then we can talk about what that looks like. Is that cool?
Sure.
Yeah.
Great, great. Let's get started. I ad-libbed a little bit and I said to my girl last week, it's really fun to talk about yourself for a few minutes, isn't it? That kind of thing. And that was fun. I may not be necessary, but
Yeah, if you want to add fun stuff in, so you don't ever want it to be like you're reading from a script, right? Because people
yes,
can tell. So yeah,
right.
make it funny, and like I do that. I'm not looking at Facebook or playing video games. Like, by all,
Okay, so briefly tell me about what your life would look like. Now, I don't know your objections yet, or your qualifying questions. So can you just give me
No,
an answer?
yours. What? So what is this? What's the result that your like people want in their life?
Well, I didn't do a qualifying question with you guys, so I don't have an idea of where you're coming from. So you want to give me an example?
Okay. Well, give me the top 3 results that people get from your program.
Oh, for my program, they get a self value. They have purpose in their life. They have freedom to live their life from their center.
Okay. So I think there might be some little bit of work there in the sense of getting those into real life. Like, what does that look like in real life?
Yeah.
My center is somewhere around my stomach. So does that mean I'm not hungry anymore?
No, I don't think
a lot of your people are probably.
so.
So you could do like, so briefly tell me what your life would ideally look like if you like really felt like you were living in your purpose.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Right. That's my tribe. Literally living from your purpose.
Yep, that's good. Okay. So, wow, if I was really living in my purpose, I might be able to coach, transformational coaches.
Ooh. All right. So living from your purpose would allow you to be able to coach transformational coaches and help them make a difference in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
How would that feel if this happened to you?
Oh, wow. So it would be super fulfilling.
So it'd be really fulfilling if that happened to you.
Yeah, definitely.
So for you to have those fulfilling feelings and be able to be a transformational coach, what's in your way of having that?
Well, I just have no idea how to get started with that.
Right. Could you scroll down a little bit? We'll scroll right there. Oh, hold on. For goodness sakes. Oh no, where'd you guys go?
Go up to the top and then find Zoom and then click on it.
I did, but all I have is your video. All I have is us. I don't have Zoom back.
Let me.
Sorry, guys. All right, there we are. We're back.
And we're back.
All right, yep.
Okay, so what's costing you to keep living like this?
You didn't ask me how it would feel if.
Oh yeah, you said fulfilled.
Oh, I said fulfill. Okay, yeah, right. Sorry.
There's a moment.
Yeah. So what's in the way? Okay, so what is it costing? Well, it's costing, joy. It's costing money because I believe that what I have to offer could really make a difference with them. So they'd be able to pay a lot of money for it, or reasonable amount of money. And
Cost you like living, like I'm not living your life mission.
yeah, exactly.
Got it. Got it. Cool. So you really feel like it's costing you joy, keeping you from your real life's mission, not working from that place where you can help those transformational coaches, which inadvertently helps you feel those things, those joy feelings and such.
Yep.
Got it. So do you want some help with this?
Yeah, I do.
You do. So you want some help with this. Got it. So why me and why now?
Well, you know, I saw your stuff, your stuff that you're putting out, content-wise, and it's been super valuable. And I feel like you could help. And why now is like, this is my purpose, and why not now?
Right on. So it looks like what you're out for is to find a way to be able to reach some more transformational coaches, to keep you working from your place of power, and in the end, finding more joy and time in your life for you and the things you love to do.
Yeah.
Great. So a little scroll. And what's been stopping you is, oh, did I ask you that?
You did.
I didn't write this down.
So what was
Write it down.
stopping?
Okay.
What I said was I didn't know how to put it all together.
Okay. So what's been stopping you is really not knowing how to put it all together, not knowing how to frame your calls, really getting things together. You didn't say that. How to get things together.
Yep.
Got it. So I told you at the beginning of the call that I'd let you know if I could help you or not.
Yep.
So yeah, after listening to you today, I believe I could help you. This is exactly what I do every day. I want to give you an opportunity to ask some questions too. Where do you feel we should go from here?
I don't know. How can you help?
There's so much that I offer. One of the first things I offer is a invite-only Facebook page. I offer all kinds of free content on there, videos. Most importantly, I offer an amazing community. Working with the community can feel really good at the beginning to kind of get in and see other people that are working towards the same goals as you. I also offer an amazing 12-month signature program that will walk you through all kinds of steps to get you set up right from the beginning, get you organized.
Stop.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to talk about the benefits and the results, not the logistics. Logistics is after they've made the decisions. Like what's in it is less valuable than what the result is and it's going to give.
So Facebook group gives you community, which will have you feel more secure and seen and heard.
I would actually lead with your, like with the program, and I know we wrote this out. So, so how it works is you're going to get like a weekly, and I'm trying to, this is all from
Okay, so go to that. Okay.
the somatic breath work, the exercise once a week, the meditations to help you get really centered, the intention setting, to get you really clear, like the parts of your program that are actually going to be like the things that they need to be able to solve this problem.
Yeah, what you really want to do is connect. So we have these exercises. It's shamanic breathing. What it's going to do is it's going to help you open up and get above your blocks and anything that's keeping in the way, and it'll help you see like. And then the next thing, so it can help you get really clear on, pathways that maybe you haven't seen so far.
Yeah, that's actually helpful for me because I'd rather talk about that than the Facebook page anyway at the beginning.
And nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares about the what.
Nobody gives a crap about a Facebook page or anything else. They're trying to live at their life's mission here, right? Like, I'm having a problem living out my life purpose, and it's starting to hurt because I know that I'm not in my purpose and not living what I was born here to do. So then you're like, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. And that answer is going to answer. They're like, oh my gosh, this is what I need.
Okay, and that's where I've made a mistake then because I've been encouraging the Facebook group before talking about the program.
Yeah.
And I think I'm avoiding the program because I think I'm avoiding them asking me how much it is, to be just completely vulnerable and honest.
Got it.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So it's not about the program as it is a program. It's as a program as it is a solution to the problems that they're having.
I hear that. Yes.
The other thing that I would have probably dived deeper with, if I was you with me, and I don't really know how to put it together, is like a kind of a weak ass answer.
I think all of Chad's answers were weak ass answers, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
You could have gone more in depth about, like, wow, fulfillment. Like, I get that. What would that do? Right. So I don't know if you thought or not, but he was like really getting into the, like, his eyes were watering and like super grateful of being able to do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to pick up on.
Notice that and pump that a little bit, get the emotions in there a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and go deeper into what's in the way.
Okay.
Like, go tell me more about that.
Yeah, and I think when you learn to do this, it's easy to like stick to the script and override what you know because you're trying to go through the script and say the right thing. Where the more we practice this, like Sue and I, if we do some of these back and forth, it'll kind of shake out the shadow side a little bit and the insecurities. So then you can listen more clearly to those things that you intuitively know are going to come up. So I don't like to do this, but I do this. I role play with my kids and their stuffed animals if they're having problems at school and stuff. And so now it's my turn. So my armpits are sweating a little, guys.
Eventually, you'll memorize this where you're not reading it, right? Because it sounded like you were reading from a script, and it was like the first time you did it, so that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But put it out there, like in the mirror. Like the more you practice, the more it becomes a natural conversation. That's really ultimately what you're going. And there is no right or wrong, right? If the script is the script, and it keeps it to about that half an hour conversation is ultimately what you want to do, and you want to get like their vision, what they're out for, like what that would feel like for them when they get it, what's stopping them from being able to get it themselves, and then do they want help with that?
Okay. That's helpful. Thank you for your patience with me as I stumble through it.
Yeah, no.
Sounded better when I talked to my girls. I have to be honest in that.
No, and that's okay. And then when they ask, like, well, how can you help me, or what does the program look like? Like, just take out the logistics of it and put in because you have an incredible program that we would.
Yeah, I can jam on that all day long. That's fun,
Yeah. So talk about the fun stuff.
Okay.
That really gets them, like, this is the enrolling piece. When they're like, wow, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, like I tripped up. I was not tripped up, but I was talking to one of my clients earlier, and we were in the middle of class. I'm like, yeah, in class, we're in my program, we're going to do this stuff. They're like, oh, it has that too? And I'm like, haven't I told you that? I'm like, Katie, I don't think you told them that. So, it's such a process. So I appreciate breaking it all down.
Hey, Leslie, are you available for a quick call? I want to have like just a quick conversation with you. I know we have a call with you at 4, and I wanted to see something real quick. I'm going to call you on Facebook.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
I guess one of the biggest lessons still for me is to remember I'm not here to fix anybody. And it's really to, for me to listen. That's why I said listen and shut up. I was telling myself over here, to really listen.
Yeah.
To what is going on over there with them. And I loved it, Holly, how you did it with me, the recreation. Like, when we were on the call, it was, I'll never forget it. It was just so powerful. You've got every bit of me. And I said a lot in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that. I get it. Because I've been there. I've given myself away so much. And that's why I'm like, I'm done. I'm valuable. I got a lot to offer.
You definitely do.
But yeah, it's in that space not to try to fix. And it's tough. Yeah.
And when you remember, the fix is at the end when they're asking you, like, how does it work? How can you help me?
Yeah.
Right? Your fix is the program.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Cool. So all of us, because I'm a bleeding heart too, and I just want to help the world when I can literally feel other people's pain when they're going through it. And I want to just like hug them and let them know it's okay. I'll cry with you. Like, that's my personality, right? Chad and I, this is our yin and our yang.
Yes,
Chad's like,
yes.
you're good. Like,
Shut
and
up.
I'm like, no, I feel you and I want to help you, right? But and I know that it's the program that's going to help, even more than anything I could give you right now.
That's the experience too, right, Holly? I mean, you see this with your other clients where they're kind of at this place where they're in this shift, and you just need to practice it. That's kind of what this is all normal.
Yeah, I'm actually going to encourage you. I love the idea of you guys partnering together and being able. We wanted to have a skill session and have you guys put you out in breakout sessions to be able to do this, and it was just I think it was important of how we went through this was great. But if you guys want to partner together and practice this, or practice with your partners, practice in the mirror, get with each other and to do this, because the more that you do this, the better it is that you're going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I can sell my bar class all day long, no problem. Then I get to this, I'm like, it's so frustrating.
You're not selling this class.
Yes, you're right, Jeff. I'm qualifying amazing quality clients that are going to bring me lots of money and give them lots of freedom.
Yep, they're selling themselves. So I know we're reaching up to the 4 o'clock here. Does anyone have any questions? How about anything come up for them? Anything they want to share? Thank you, Sue, for sharing, and Kate for volunteering to go through this. You did awesome.
Thank you, Kate.
Thanks, it's scary.
You did awesome.
Thanks, Jedi. Welcome, Jedi.
Thank you.
Is that your real first name?
Short for Jedediah, so yes.
That's awesome. Let the force be with you. You must hear that all the time.
Well, it's accurate for physics, so.
Huge into Oakland. I know it's funny how that works. All right, awesome. So if you guys have anything, I'm going to encourage you to find a partner, practice.
Actually, could you mute that real quick? All right, cool. Well, then I will see you on here.
Oh, okay, I'm like, I don't know if he's talking to me or not.
Yeah, could you mute that? Hey guys, we'll be right back. I just want to clear something with Holly, and we'll create something.
Cool.
What are they talking about?
I don't know, eh?
They are clearing something.
They're talking about us. You feel paranoid?
No, they took it off camera too.
Oh my God. Oh my God, we're bad and wrong.
Jeff might
Isn't
know. Was I that bad?
All right, we're back.
I know you guys got to be scared.
Are
You
we
guys,
okay?
I'm like, what? We're done.
No. So Leslie was nice enough to because our next call is with Leslie from 4 to 4:30. So she said that this is what she needs and what a lot of people else are needing. So we're going to give the opportunity if you guys want to stay for the next half an hour, and we'll basically split people off into groups, and you guys can work through the script together.
Oh, I have to go to a championship basketball game in 15 minutes.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Ooh.
Well, you guys get to
The invitation's there.
The invitation's there.
If you can't, awesome. If you can't, that's totally awesome too.
Are we going to have it as a recording still for later?
I don't know how when it splits rooms, how it records.
It won't record.
It won't record. Guys.
Yeah, but there is a recording for all of this that's recorded, and I think this was valuable enough we'll put it in the group, but then also, Jeff, let's put it into the module so it's underneath the video that's already there too, so it goes through. Cool.
Thank you all for the talk today.
Thanks, Jenna.
Yeah,
Thanks,
glad
Jedi.
to have you
You are
here.
Jedi.
Welcome to our team and our family.
Yes.
Yes,
All
it's
right.
going to be a fun adventure.
Recording.